Meeting of ranked teams in the Big Ten this week as Penn State and Iowa get together in Happy Valley, and Nittany Lions fans really not all that happy at this juncture. James Franklin's guys narrowly avoiding a third straight loss thanks to Trace McSorley rushing for over 100 and passing for over 200 at Indiana, entering the 10,000 total yards club. While Penn State gave up over 550 yards to the Hoosiers, Iowa was laying the clamp down on Maryland, as BJ had mentioned, allowing only 115 total in a shutout, now hoping to keep pace atop the Big Ten West. You look at those standings, it's kind of surprising, some of the teams that you see up there for all the struggles they've had earlier in the year, like Northwestern and, of course, Purdue, who's a darling at the moment. Penn State, according to Sportsline, is going to win by almost 2 touchdowns, even though the experts say, a lot of the experts say 1 touchdown. Sportsline's loving the Nittany Lions here.
I like Iowa. Their season thus far, it's been pretty darn good. They lost in the one test that we all kind of were looking to see if this was going to be one of those magical years for the Hawkeyes. They lost to Wisconsin, and I think they lose again this weekend. I think Penn State is rejuvenated by the fact that Ohio State lost. They're back in the race. It's not, they don't control their own destiny, but they're back in the race, and McSorley and company are going to get it done at home and finish a game like they should have finished against Ohio State and should have finished against Michigan
They
State.
need a lot to happen, though.
Understood.
They have 2 conference losses,
and
Michigan
where there's
State
hope,
beat
there's
them.
energy, and I think they get it done.
Energy.
I really see these teams going in 2 different directions. I think Iowa's going to win this game. I'm watching their offensive line play a little bit better. Their defense is getting after people, not letting anybody run on them. 6 of their 7 opponents have been held to less than 3 yards per carry. They can rush the passer. And this Penn State team, they got tested at the line of scrimmage at times. They do a really good job of getting tackles for loss. They lead the Big Ten, and they're 10th nationally. So they do create some penetration, which could make it tough for an Iowa run game that's so-so. But this is the sort of ugly, physical, late October game that Iowa somehow finds a way to win. I think the Hawkeyes do.
And there's a nor'easter in the forecast for them.
Oh,
just saying.
Okay. Well, both should be used to that. Iowa was just so dominant a week ago. Maryland had only 2 plays in Iowa territory. They couldn't do anything. That jet sweep or whatever you call it, they have jet lag because Iowa put it to them. You look at Penn State, man, they did. That's right. They did nothing last week. I can't even believe they won that ball game versus Indiana. They had drops. They couldn't block anyone up front. Trace McSorley was running for his life. He ended up being the leading rusher in the ball game. Miles Sanders, speaking of getting away from your running game too quickly, maybe they got away from him too quickly in that Indiana ball game, but they found a way to win. I think Penn State protects home because they've lost the last 2 at home, guys. Yes. I think they protect their home and they win this one.
Well, Iowa's 2-0. On the road. So they've gone on the road and won games. The problem they have when they start talking about numbers like that is Penn State is 6-0 against teams that are undefeated on the road against the spread. I mean, they're favored by a little bit more than a field goal.
Pearl and then some.
But you watch. It's going to be Penn State because they have the history of winning these kind of games.
They need to tackle better.
That's a deep dive.
A deep dive.
Wait, does the kick time matter? Does it have to be a Saturday game?
There's a nor'easter factor.
Well, maybe. Wet Happy Valley is not a happy valley.
We don't. All right.